Good morning, BitChute, or YouTube, because they seem to be giving me the chance to state some videos on YouTube lately, which is, I think they're just doing it just to watch me. But anyway, I'm watching the daily shit news, on the news that they want you to hear about, not the news that they actually, should be telling you about. For instance, e-bike scooters and the things that are going on fire, which are causing fires and causing deaths in the house. Well, what do you think your electric cars are made by? The same batteries, the same process. So would you put your kids and your families in the electric cars that they're pushing on everybody, which can easily be controlled, EMF'd and turned off, self-driving cars, so they'll stop you from going where you want to go. There's no common sense in electric cars. Let me get that out there. Also, let me state a couple of things about the news that they've not got on about. Where's the guy, the young guy that went missing for 6 years? And, I mean, it was exposed that he went missing from his granny and his granddad or his mum or whatever. And next thing he's found 7 years later in France. Did he escape a paedophile ring? Was he used for paedophile purposes? Because to me, there's no interview of him on the internet or news. There's no pictures of him. There's no nothing. So what does that tell you? That he's got a story of his cell that he needs to tell, but he'll not be able to tell that because the fact is, they'll say, no, you're not going to TV, you're not telling exactly what's happening, and that'll be hush-hush money, that'll be a nice big house, all the money he needs, and that'll be the end of it. He'll be changed identity, probably a mask, like that's how all these elites get about. They call them elites, but they're scumbags. So that's how these scumbags get about. They put a mask on and they're hiding it in our face, basically. Another thing about the weather, they're saying it's the second hottest year on record last year. I find that absolutely impossible. Impossible. It was never the second warmest year on record, ever. I remember counting 14 days of summer we got last year. And that was an average 5 days in July and 9 days in September. There you go. And they said it was the second warmest on record. Well, when was the record started? The record started in 1887, they said. From 1887. So the records are always better in the old days. Because we all know that we got 4 seasons in a year, but now we just get grey and rain. Pesticide in the sky just to kill us even more. Fake news just to make us argue and fight. I mean, come on. You've got to ask yourself, the e-scooters, they're going about the electrics and the charging and all that sort of stuff. Well, your electric cars do the same thing. There was another story I was wanting to mention that we've not heard about again. Oh, what about the woman with the Range Rover that drove into the nursery and killed a few people? And then that was quashed and thrown under the carpet. Was she vaccinated and she took a heart attack or a blood clot and wiped out all these kids because she was vaccinated? There you go. That's another thing. The girl about it was found in a river. The well-to-do woman that was photographed in the back of a car with a curtain on it. What happened to her? What's the news on her? There's no news on these things. This is the thing. They're telling you about global warming. That's their prerogative. That's their main thing. Global warming. Zionism or Jews or the 2 fake wars. Oh, and everything else is going to go up in price again because of this war in Israel. Because Israel support and obviously supply us with everything, like they said with the Ukraine. They supply us with all the meat, the wheat, everything. The supermarkets went dead when that came along and everything went up in price. Well, the same thing they're talking about, like so because they can't go through the Gaza Straits and there's a strait that goes through, the Red Sea. Now they're saying that the energy levels, as if they're not bad enough as it is, but they're going to go up in price. And then they say it's the second warmest year on record ever. That's a laugh, because if anybody had even a brain to realise that the fact is that weather was the shittiest, awfulest year of weather I've ever witnessed in my entire life. And I've been here 51 years. Global warming. Remember, people, CO2 is the gas of life. And then they're trying to say that CO2 is killing us. It's no scientists. It's fake media. It's actors. They're all acting and pushing an agenda to lock us down. Over and out.